My people, how on a day? I salute you according to our time, depending on where Natanda they listen to us. I welcome you to this obongelistic day with another obonge information on my people. Now, well done on my people. Now, welcome. My people, when I remember last week, that youth copper we expressed her anger or her frustration over this country, calling the president a very terrible president. That she doesn't think she has ever seen a president that is as terrible as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But yes, immediately she dropped that message, a lot of reactions start trolling from all over the country. The worst of it all is that NYS, because she's a copper, NYS, National Youth Service Corps, rather, sent her, it called her and was asking her to turn down her video and telling her that she's insulting the president of the country. You know, what has been trending over the week or over 2 weeks in Nigeria was the what the copper called the president, terrible president. My people, I don't think that copper is making a mistake looking at what had just happened in River State today. It was a shocking thing that the only way President Bola Ahmed Tinubu thinks that he can settle the problem in River State between the governor of the state and the former governor of the state was to declare a state of emergency. Now it has shown to the world that actually that copper is right. You see, many people have not reacted to the copper's message and statement, but this one that just happened now shows that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is actually a terrible president. Very terrible. If this declaring the state of emergency in River State is the only way to solve or to salvage the problem in the River State, that's very. It has shown personally that the president is incapacitated. Sorry to say this, but that's my thinking. That is my thinking as a Nigerian, because I am so frustrated with all that has been happening. That's my thinking. Looking at how the president thinks is best for him to settle such a problem in a state. A governor, a sitting governor, is having issue with the former governor. What stops you from telling the former governor to leave the sitting governor, give him a free hand to lead? If you don't want him to come for the second time, no problem. But allow him to exercise his, duty as a governor elected by the people. Oh, you feel you are the one that handpicked him. If actually the president has accepted that somebody handpicked the governor, it means that they lack the moral standing to sit down there as president and as governors or as anything, because you are promoting impunity. You are promoting election malpractice as sitting there. It is so frustrating. No wonder that many people keep quiet, even in the state where everything is going wrong. This is a governor that sits down and declares that internally generated revenue in the state was 12 billion every month. A new governor came in within a space, just came in and declared 25 billion. That is the problem. Now, you demanded another thing, according to waiting the worker for media space. You demanded that something should be given to you, according to waiting they let us know. And the governor says no, and it became a problem. I don't know whether that is what is causing the problem or not, whether Wike demanded something or not. But the issue is that Mr. President, as a Mr. President, you know the problem of River State, and you are interested in the problem of River State. And that is why you have brought in somebody that will solve, that will give you what you want in River State. But I don't think that will solve the problem, because declaring a state of emergency in River State is causing more problem than solving the problem, because an ethnic group, this is becoming an ethnic politics. An ethnic group has ruled the state for over 16 years or 18 years. Nothing happened. An ethnic group over 16 years. Some people kept quiet. Nobody disturbed them. This one finished and hand over to his brother. No problem. Now, another ethnic group comes to rule because it's their turn, and you insist that they must be removed. And the president of the nation is supporting it, declaring a state of emergency, bringing somebody that is not democratically elected to come and take care of the state just because he's a retired military. I don't know whether it will be possible to solve the problem, because I think what the president has just done is to create more problem than solving the problem. It is a very simple thing. Mr. President,
who is your minister of FCT? Why don't you tell him to concentrate in FCT and leave Rivers State alone? What is he looking for the structure on ground? What is he looking for being a party leader when there's a governor? Who was a party leader when he was a governor? When he was a governor, who was the party leader? Was it not him? Did anybody disturb him? Did anybody disturb him? Oh, because he feels he won the election by himself, then he now handpicked somebody to become the governor. Why don't you create a change? No wonder they say power corrupts, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. My people, that is very bad. You see, I have been very, very angry with the copper, saying the way she vented her frustration was too harsh. And I didn't know that that copper was very correct. In fact, was more correct, was better than me in exercising my frustration. I want us to listen to what the copper said. Then I will now read what the president told us this night, that this evening, about River State and the best way he has chosen to salvage the problem of River State. But I will tell you the truth. As soon as the president was still speaking, another pipeline was blown in Bayelsa State. That's very bad. That's very bad. And I don't know how many that's still going to go on. The country will lose. The Rivers people will lose. The internally generated revenue will go down. And that is what everybody is looking for. That's absolute nonsense. That's not good. That's not true. That's not the true way to do things. Mr. President, you failed it. I'll tell you, whoever that advised you, what happened that you can't talk to your minister and tell your minister, my friend, sit down and concentrate on your ministerial job and leave the state alone? That's just very simple. For 4 years, you are the president, he is your minister. You guys can sit down and say, okay, we plan that this guy will not go for second time because he's not loyal. But he's a president. Mr. President, I remember when Ambode was not doing your bidding. When Ambode rejected what you said. When Ambode was reducing your own gift. When Ambode was against you. You know what you and Ambode agreed. And you know Ambode went against it. What did you do? You asked him not to go for second tenure. Did anything happen? That's what you would have used that way. Tell Mr. Nyesom Wike to wait. Let this man finish the 4 years so that the people, the Rivers people will rejoice. This is a governor that came in within the first year in office. People receive Christmas bonus, receive gift. That has never been done in the state. And just because people are jubilating and happy, why is it that when the common people are happy, the government will be angry? Why is it that when we see somebody that will minister to the people's need, everybody will be against it? Just to trap everything, pack everything, look at a whole chunk of 6 billion to be packed somewhere while the people will be suffering. Is it not wickedness? And you call yourself a president and somebody is saying you are terrible and they are turning down, they are threatening the girl, they are doing everything. Who is more terrible than somebody who will declare this kind of solution you declare in Rivers State? That is too terrible than even the terrible we are talking about. Mr. President, you have caused more problem than solving the problem. That is what we are saying. If everybody is angry, that is very bad. My people not be smart, you know. I don't know how we are going to look at it. When you talk, they say, they will get. What are we even living in River State? What are we even living in Nigeria? What are we even living in? Look at Imo State. Look at the other day Osun State. People were look at Osun State. Look at Ogun State. Look at all the states. Look at the other day, they were dragging traditional ruler, and somebody was buying in your own state. What did you do in your own homeland? I'm not talking about Lagos because you are not from Lagos, you know now. I mean Osun State, where you came from. What did you do there? People were falling and buying and going underground. River State is where you are interested. Imo State, people are buying every day. Nobody is talking about it. Chai, Mr. President, is that the promise you made to the people? Is that the mandate? Omelekon. Chai. Okay, let me see. Let's leave that lady, the copper's frustration. Let's see. Then we continue.
I just want to say to our president, I don't know if there have been any other president that is terrible, but you are such a terrible president.
The young lady was just saying the way it is in her heart. I don't know whether there is any other president that is terrible. You are such a terrible president. Simple and short. That is what she feels. I don't know why she should be threatened. If anybody look at the declaration and the broadcast that President Tinubu made this night, looking at all that he said, was the reason behind what he said, and also how the president is sitting down and be telling the whole Nigerians that people, individuals are disobeying his statement. I don't think the president is being true to us. I don't think. I was trying not to say my elders are lying, but I will tell you that the president didn't tell us exactly what happened, because we don't believe that the president will call the governor of Rivers State and call the FCT minister and tell them not to do something and leave them, and they go ahead and do it, and the president will come out and tell us that. It's because, you see, when you are biased in something, you will never control that. If you are true to what you said and say, none of you should do this, get out of this, you see that everybody will respect you. But when somebody knows you are biased, that's when you have sold your trust. That's when the people will no longer accept you. My people don't be smart, you know. Look at, I can see how a copper, you know, it is big, it is sounding insulting to people that a young lady of that age will look at and say our president is a terrible president. And if you look at it, you check, is he not a terrible president? He is. Just look at the whole thing. Look at the whole scenario that is happening in the state. Look at the whole scenario that's happening in Nigeria. Look at the whole scenario that's happening in your state. Or wherever you are, is Tinubu not a terrible president, as this girl has said? That is what we are trying to see. But it is very bad. When you claim indifference and people are buying, a lot of things are happening. Oh, that's too bad now, my people. No be smarting. No be smarting, no. Hi. Some people are crying and some people are laughing. Is it the way to lead? Okay, let's get what this girl said complete. Then we'll continue again.
Say to our president, I don't know if there have been any other president that is terrible, but you are such a terrible president. It is so hard. So I'm coming from the supermarket where I went to get foodstuffs, and everything has gone up again. It's just like every single week prices increase. I want to know, what is the government doing about this increment? Is there going to be a particular time where prices will stop going up? Is there going to be a particular time where things are going to go back? Guys, why am I going to get a crate of egg and they're telling me it is 6.5? It doesn't make any sense that egg will cost 6.5. Like, I literally can't remember when egg used to cost 800. Like, why is no one saying anything about it? Being an NYSC copper, there's nothing beneficial about this whole NYSC thing. The money I spend on transportation is just more than the alawi the government gives me. Like, it doesn't, I can't keep up. Like, I'm so tired of this bill and I can't keep up. I am overwhelmed and I'm tired. I'm exhausted. It's too much, and I wish that we will start calling the government out heads on. For example, Tinubu, you are a terrible president. Like, what are you doing to help us? What are you doing to help the economy? You are so terrible. I'm so sick and tired of Nigerians acting like we are strong, and they say, oh, Nigerians, we are actually very strong. Oh, no matter how much they increase things, we still chest it. No, it is not cute. We are cowards.
Babe, you nailed it. We are cowards in this country, and that is it. And because the government knows that we are cowards, that is why they threaten us, they intimidate us, and they, manipulate us and use us. They have been using divide and rule, because even as you are doing it, they will use NYC against you. They will follow you up. They will do as if they don't have any problem. They have accepted what you say. They are going to look into it. But they will punish you, even in job, unless you just want to go and do your own a self-employed work. Just start something for yourself. Hey, my sister, if you go to government to look for work, you have been marked. They will not. This is the country we find ourselves. It is not only because of Tinubu. It is how the trend has been. Beginning, even other presidents that have been. Are you talking about the one that just left? That one now hand over. Is it not what this guy told us, that he's going to continue from where that one stopped? And that's exactly what he's doing. Things are very bad, and nobody is talking about it, because we have only two classes of people in Nigeria: the upper class and the lower class. There's no middle class, and that's why this country is having a problem, and nobody is interested. You are talking about a crate of egg. What about a liter of fuel? Have you forgotten that a liter of fuel was 65 naira during Obasanjo time?
a liter of fuel was just 65 naira. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten when they shut down Nigeria? When Tinubu, who is the president now, followed and shut down this country. He shut down this country with Sawori, with others, all of them, Wole Soyinka, where are they? They all shut down this country during Jonathan time just because the fuel was raised from 65 naira to 87 naira. Have you forgotten? It was actually raised to 97 naira and later reduced to 87 naira, and they shut down Nigeria for months just because it was raised from 65 to 87 or 97. But the same man came to power and raised it from 300 naira to 1,200 naira. Are you not seeing the nature of the people that are ruling us? This our Gen Z generation. You will think that when that so many things are just fixed the way it is. Yeah, it is what it is. You will come to see. I thank God that even the Gen Z generation are talking because they are becoming frustrated. Our own generation was able to keep quiet because we are respectful, because we can respect elders, because we know what we call elders in our own time. But I know this Gen Z generation has no elder in their dictionary, and that is why you have to be very careful with them. This president should know that he is leading a generation called Gen Z, and they are part of it, and they are becoming powerful right now. So you need to be open to them. Gen Z generation do not keep quiet, and they always want explanation. You have to talk to them why things are the way it is, or else they will not accept it. And I thank God we are mixing up with them. Let me tell us something, my dear people. You see, fans, I tell you, this president in Nigeria is going to cause more problem than her. This is River State. He just said something in River State. The people of River State, I don't know how they're going to react, but what I'm saying is that River State will just be it will not be a child's play to what he will do, because we have not seen anything economically. We've not seen anything. We have not seen anything. Only creation of problem and problem and problem. That is what we are seeing. The dollar is going every day. Today, dollar is 1,590 naira. This is a man that he inherited dollar at 700 naira. What is it that this country has done? If this girl calls the president a terrible president, why are people trying to persecute her for calling him a terrible president when the terrible president inherited fuel at 300 naira and now have it at 1,200 now? Yes, it has come back to 1,950, yes, but he dropped it at 1,200. Why is this lady still lying by calling him a terrible president? He inherited dollar at 700 naira and now dollar is 1,600 naira. Is he not a terrible president? 700, it has gone 900 higher. So just mention it. He inherited a bag of rice he inherited a bag of rice at 30,000 naira, and he's now dropping a bag of rice at 110,000 naira. Is he not a terrible president? What are we talking about? Why are we casting this young lady? She's too young to receive this kind of attack we are giving her. But what she said, is it not true? We are being led by terrible people. Not only terrible president, we have terrible governors, we have terrible senators, we have terrible House of Representatives, we have terrible leaders. That's just what the lady is trying to say. We have terrible leaders. Look at what is important in the House. The only bill and decision they would take quick was to suspend the woman who accused the Senate president of sexual harassment, who accused the Senate president of abuse of office. Instead of the Senate president to step aside and allow independent investigation to be carried out, you understand? He now sit on the seat, judged a woman that is accusing him, and gave the woman 6 months suspension. Is it not a terrible thing to be done? Does it not make him a terrible Senate president? Why are you people now attacking this lady? Why? Why are you now, everybody bring this lady? What did he say that we're making everybody to start attacking her? Look, which one are you going to talk about? Look at your FCT minister. Is he not a terrible minister? Very terrible, indifferent, very terrible, that he does not listen to people. He doesn't mind how people feel. You demolish people. Look at Lagos State. Is the governor not terrible? My people, don't be smart, we are just joking in this country. We are just joking. You see, I remember one man, they carry the man, go put for prison. Carry and tie, keep there. The man say, when he was saying that this country is a zoo, I told them, say, nah, this guy don't come. I ain't go join. It's an insult to the nation. Why are you calling us a zoo? Until I now begin to see us behaving like animals. That was when I know that guy saw what we were not seeing. When he said Nigeria is a zoo. My people, don't be smart, No be smart, It is very, very bad.
that we are having it like this. Mr. President, you need to wake up. If those advisors are not doing well, change them. If the ministers are not doing well, change them. It's like you have one of the worst economic team in the history of Nigeria. I am just thinking. That is my thinking. I am not saying, I'm thinking. It's what I'm thinking. I don't know whether you are thinking what I'm thinking, Mr. President. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's like you have the worst crop of the worst crop of economic team, because I remember there is one of our past presidents. There is something we know him for. He may not like you, but when you are being suggested as the best man for the job, he give you the job to do the work, but he will still not like you even after the job. You people will still remain enemies even after the job, but he have done the best for the country. That means he loves the country more than he loves his relationship with people. But anyhow, you see any leader who loves his relationship with people down the job that the country he's leading is a terrible leader. And that's exactly what this lady is trying. I'm just trying to amplify what this lady is saying, my people. It is very terrible that we have find ourselves in a terrible situation, being led by terrible people, living terrible lives. Oh, my people, this is so sweet. Oh. This country is just nonsense. I'm telling you the truth. Mr. President, wake up. That's what we are saying. We are your people. We are your children. If not us, you can't be there. So we have to tell you how we feel. You can't force us to accept what you're doing that is not good. We have to tell you how we feel. Mr. President, you need to step up a bit. You need to step up. You are too low for the likings of Nigerians. You are too low to the standard of the Gen Z generation that are coming up. You are too low for the people that elected you as president. If actually you accepted that these people elected you, because the way you behave, Mr. President, you behave as if nobody elected you, as if you just assume the position and take over the job. If that is the case, fine, you tell us to go and sit down and wait for 4 years so that when we finish, we can now elect our president. Because the way you are doing things without thinking of how this decision you took in Rivers State, do you know how long it will take the state backwards? It will take them far more backwards. It's not as if you don't know what you're doing. You knew everything, but you are just trying to please one man that have trapped the country, that have trapped the state for about how many months now? Just one man that have trapped the state. That the nation, the House of Assembly is doing the biddings of this man. Every other president want to do the bidding of this man. And you, the president, is still doing the bidding of this man. Who do you want people to go to in such a situation? And what do you want the people to do? What do you want the people to do? It is very terrible. And I think that's why I remember there's a lady that called the president a terrible president. So that you will not say, I call the president terrible president. Let me stand or sit, or let me stand on existing protocol, on existing word of this lady to still declare my own frustration that we have a terrible president. My people, that's what they just reach our table. I say, make a touchlight and wait on. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please try to subscribe. All our returning subscribers will say, when I welcome, when I wait on. Remember, this is Niger Celebrity Updates. This is where it happens. Please, 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 if you didn't hear my voice in any Niger Celebrity Update, it is not my page. Somebody has just opened a page that is like my own Niger Celebrity Update. My people, we're gonna have a nice day. Bye.